I always think that I'm a longtime Santa Clarita resident, having moved here in '93, but I'm a post-mall resident. You have the pre-mall. I've been living here since before the mall was built. But I'm a pre-Town Center Drive resident. Okay, I've been here a long time. But one of the things, among other things that drove me here is the absolute wonderful aspect of our history that you don't think too much about until you really start delving in. Some of the firsts that we have here, the first true discovery of gold was actually in Placerita Canyon. The first drilling of oil wells in Los Angeles County was here at Pico Canyon down the street from us. The longest continually running restaurant in Los Angeles County is the Saugus Cafe. But there are people who have lived here their whole lives and have dedicated themselves to the Santa Clarita History and Santa Clarita Historical Society, combining that with the fact that we have the SCV Man and Woman of the Year awards coming up, and we're starting to talk to some of the nominees. A nominee who has been nominated by the SCV Historical Society. This morning we have Cathy Martin, and good morning.
Good morning.
And congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Is this your first nomination?
Yes, it is.
And were you surprised when it happened, or was there someone slip it out and let you know it was going to happen ahead of time?
No, I was quite surprised.
Now, you are a lifelong resident of Santa Clarita, grew up in San Francisco Canyon. So, like, the city itself back then was known as the country, but that's the country, right? That's horse properties and everything else. I mean, we have a little bit of suburban encroachment now in that area, but go back just maybe a mile and it's still like it was since people started showing up. Am I right?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. Okay.
The canyon itself, when I was a kid, I think there were 15 houses between my house at the mouth of the canyon all the way up to Powerhouse 2.
Ah, okay. So it has expanded a little bit since then.
Yeah.
But as a lifelong resident, and you started your community service, you said around the age of 12. What was the first thing you started doing?
We started with the July 4th parade in Newhall, helping just do little odds and ends. And when I was 12, I was brave enough to enter and ride my horse.
How did that go?
Pretty good. I got a third place.
Well, there you go. So tell me about your involvement with the Historical Society. What brought you to there? And I know that you've done a lot of really good things for them. You do a lot of coordination for filming efforts and also manage the museum gift shop. Am I right?
Yes. And I got involved, actually. It was my mom and her friend Ann Callback and Carol Rock. They did a lot over there. Betty Evans as well. They all knew their history. And when my mom moved away, Laura Matarian, some of the old folks in town might remember her, they moved away. There was a void, and they asked me to fill it because they assumed I knew as much as my mom did, which was makes me laugh now. It's like, oh no, she knew so much. Anyway, so I filled in helping out at the gift shop. That was my first real big effort over there, and we had like one little tiny counter, sold lifesavers and stuff like that, and I went, no. So I took it from that to what it is now.
And it's been revamped over the years, right? Because it's got that nice looking kind of log cabiny feel to it, very rustic. Or has that always been there? Or am I thinking of something else? It's right across the street.
You're thinking of William S. Hart Park.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about the Historical Society gift shop.
We're inside the big yellow Saugus train station.
There it is. Then I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm just moving to the south just a little teeny bit. Thank you.
It's our sister park.
That's right. But Heritage Park is located at or right on the outskirts of Hart Park, and that's where the train station is. And so we're talking about taking basically from just maybe a couple $100 a year up to a few $1,000s a year, which is
we're running around $4,000.
And that's not bad for selling things out of there. And how often is the gift shop open during the week?
Just Saturday and Sunday.
So that is not bad at all.
6 hours total for the whole week.
and bringing attention to Heritage Park and the Santa Clarita history is something. It's sometimes a daunting task. Am I right?
Yes. It's, yeah. If you ask all the third and fourth graders in the town, they all know where we are. They all know everything. They know the building names, no problem. But once you move off that mark, everybody looks at you with such a question mark. They're like, what?
The train station. No, the train station's on Railroad Avenue. But this is fascinating, and I am actually such a huge history fan, and that's the thing in discovering so many different things about our valley. I mean, we're sitting here in the area right now that was pretty much originally settled as the township, and is still going strong. As far as SCV Man and Woman of the Year, what do you think that is? Are you hoping that this kind of sheds more light on the Historical Society, or is there anything else that you're hoping that should you garner this award, that you can leverage it for something else? I mean, as far as just shining more light on it, or what are you hoping?
Yes, we're the best kept secret in Santa Clarita. We've got so much of the history that relates to the state of California. I don't know if you were aware of the Golden Spike that was driven at Lang Station out in Canyon Country, out in the outskirts there, that linked San Francisco and Los Angeles at the time with railroad. And that was a huge thing for the state of California, because previously you had to ship your goods out of the Port of Los Angeles up to San Francisco Bay, which took more than one day for sure. And off you go now with the train. So.
Exactly. Well, that's perfect. Well, I really thank you for coming out, Cathy. Is there anything you'd like to add while we're on the subject, or?
We're located at 24101 Newhall Avenue. Please come by and visit us, and you can learn all about our history. We have a museum inside the train station and docents at the ready to give you a tour.
I will tell you, the train station is fascinating, and I have actually been able to at one time go in back where all the little storage stuff is, and there's even more stuff. I don't know if you're allowed to get in there very often, but there is some fascinating history even just in the train station itself, just walking in. I would urge you to bring your family down to the SCV Historical Society at Heritage Park and see the older buildings, and there's a lot of history there. And Cathy, thank you so much for helping to maintain and preserve the history and for everything you do, and congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.